So, lore folk, it's Christmas pig time again.
Yay!
The jingling of pigs?
It's the jingling of little pigs.
Is that the sound of trotters on the roof?
What's that I can smell? Ooh, is it Christmas pig? I smell bacon, folks. Must be Christmas pig and nothing else.
No, we don't eat the pigs at Christmas. The pigs carry the spirit of the season.
Oh.
Do they?
If I ate the pig, I would carry the spirit of the season with me. Otherwise, I'm just carrying pigs around. It's a bit barbaric.
Well, I've just been carrying live pigs this whole time, and I'm horrified to discover you guys have been eating them.
Have you been carrying in one of them like baby carriers, like on your front, and it's
A papoose, a pig papoose.
I am a normal guy with a sack full of piglets. Roaming the streets saying Christmas pig to passers-by. Christmas pig, old lady. I offer a piglet.
P.S. Don't eat it.
It's not for eating.
Not for eating, for spirit, for Christmas spirit.
It's for Christmas spirit.
Well, it is Christmas pig time. Listener, if you need an explanation for what Christmas pig means, then, I mean, you're probably in the majority. In a nutshell, we did a Christmas special talking about Jesus, and it was that time when he put all the demons into the pig. So we're told some more pig stories, and organically the concept of a Christmas pig was born. So now every Christmas we tell pig-related folklore stories. It was a really bad choice because surprisingly there aren't that many.
There are so few.
And I'm really running out.
We're really scraping the bottom of that pig barrel.
You went to a media consultant and you paid them £10,000 and they said, keep going with this riff. It cannot fail. Keep it moving.
It's scientifically proven that riffs get less funny and then more funny. So within the next 2 years, I think we could see it coming back.
Just push through. You're going to watch your listenership crater, but then it's going to pick right back up again. Don't even worry about it.
We don't need the people who we lose.
That's right.
Cast aside like small pigs to an old lady.
No, don't eat them.
Don't eat the former listeners of Loremen. Whose voice is that I hear, James? Is that a deputy law person on this Christmas pig?
Yes, it's only blooming Maso.
Hello.
AKA Nick Mason.
And it seems like just moments ago that you were on a full episode.
But it was ages ago.
It was
Couple
2
of
or
weeks.
3 weeks.
It was 2 to 3
to
weeks
3
in
weeks.
reality. But it doesn't feel like that long.
I've just been sitting here by my microphone and my internet connection, just waiting to talk about pigs. And it's lucky you guys swung by.
Well, I mean, speaking of scraping the pig barrel, I thought we were going to have to talk a lot. I don't know how I was going to spin this out into an episode, but I thought we were going to have to talk about the Charlbury Fitch, which is a small town nearish me that I know quite well, called Charlbury, used to offer a side of bacon to the person that could prove that they had minded their own business the most over the last year. And if you could do that, you would get a side of bacon.
What a hard thing to prove.
Yeah, and I realised as well, it's a trick question because you can't claim that prize. Because by definition of claiming that prize, it means you know what everyone else has been up to and how much they've been minding their own business.
And you know about the competition also. Like if you were really hardcore minding your own business, you never would have even looked at the notice board to see that was even a
you wouldn't have heard about the pig offer. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, because you can't say, I didn't tell anyone that I saw the vicar and Mrs. Johnson. You can't, because then that's the moment you reveal the secret that you kept or ignored, you've stopped minding your business.
Did you know any notable winners of this?
I don't think anyone ever won. I genuinely don't think anyone, because of that, the sort of the inbuilt obsolescence of the award.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm glad we didn't try for a whole episode.
Yeah, seems like a real dig at the person who minded their own business the absolute least. Like that's, and they would have known, and they would have seen that sign on the notice board, and they would have been like, "Ooh, I'm going to spread some rumors about you, barman."
But fortunately, we didn't have to settle with that because that is, as you've heard, listeners, about 2 minutes of content. What happened was, I Googled Jesus and the pigs, and I found a new Jesus and pigs related story.
We've got another story from the big JC.
From the big JC, whose birthday it is. He happened to share his birthday with Christmas Pig What a
From
coincidence.
Jesus Christ, Ultimate Pig Serial Killer.
Well, Alistair. So this is from the Holcomb Bible.
The Holcomb Bible.
The the Bible. Or how is that
Yeah.
spelled?
Yes.
I've got
yes.
some parables for you, brother.
Hulk Hogan's Bible. Yeah. Yeah.
It sounds like hokum, a word that means nonsense.
Have I been done? Maybe I've been done, but that's the spirit of
A
Christmas
bit
Pig.
in
isn't it?
plain sight, but okay. Well, let's hear it from the Holcomb Bible.
So, but the Holcomb Bible, yes, which does sound like Holcomb. It was an illustrated collection of biblical and, most importantly for this, apocryphal stories.
Oh, that's where the good
Yes.
stuff is. The
That's
apocryphal.
right.
We're talking bad boy teen Jesus.
The B-sides, not quite good enough for the album, but
Yeah, but the
They-
purists love it.
yeah, that's true.
Stripped back acoustic demo version of his
That's
later
right.
miracles.
Taylor's version.
This was dated to being around 1350, was written or created in the decades leading up to 1350 for use by an unidentified Dominican friar. There is even a picture of the friar on the opening page talking to a scribe. It's a comic book. There's a speech
wait,
bubble.
He commissioned the book, and the first page of the book is a picture of him commissioning the book.
Yeah, it says now. It's the speech bubble's coming out of his mouth, and in Norman French he's saying, now, do it well and thoroughly, for it will be shown to important people.
I would be furious if I commissioned a book and then the first page was a sarcastic drawing of me being a bit pedantic about it.
Well, the scribe has a reply even in it, and the scribe has a little speech bubble that says, I will do so truly if God grants me to live. Never will you see such another book.
Well, no, because that's a really weird way to start a book. It's distinguished itself from other Bibles by the inclusion of that drawing.
The next page is an illustration of the Wheel of Fortune. I'm guessing a biblical thing rather than the game show.
But there's no way to be sure, is there? There's no way to be sure. So
We can't know.
I couldn't because I tried to went on a website.
Oh.
I tried to go on
Please,
the
Google, can I went?
Well, that was
Come
your first
on.
mistake, I think, trying to went on a website. That's
I tried to have went on website, and I tried to went on the British Library one, and it was down due to a cyber attack.
It has been for years.
Oh, for years.
Yes. Oh, no, you don't know the story.
I don't know the story of the British Library cyber attack.
Yeah, huge disaster for information, and they've lost everything. So much online stuff doesn't exist anymore because of the massive cyber attack that the British Library went. Because they were blackmailed and they didn't.
Really?
Where it's like you got to give us all this money, and so whether it was just people trying to get money out of the British Library and not realizing, of course, that the British Library doesn't negotiate with terrorists,
Or have any money.
or whether it was a hostile government just attacking a British institution. I don't know. But yeah, no,
Wow.
really, really bad stuff.
Again, and also, this is breaking news for the listener and Maso, and will now very much sound like a humble brag. Were we contacted by the British Museum? Was it the British Museum? No, it's the British Library.
The British Library, yes. Yeah, we are of cultural and historic value.
Yeah, we're in the British Library, Maso. You're in the British Library, Maso.
my goodness.
I got an email, which I presumed was some sort of phishing thing. And yeah, someone has included the Loremen podcast in the British Library's archive.
I think
Wow.
so. Or we have really opened ourselves up to a cyber attack on us by
Yes.
answering that email.
That's
One or
absolutely.
the other. But I like to think we're of cultural significance.
I think there are probably students out there, and instead of they're like, I've got to do this thing on British mythology, this assignment. I could read these books, these fusty old books, but instead,
No, kids, we make mythology fun.
that's exactly right. You want to get edutained?
But you have to also remember the British Library has literally every book there. They don't have a particularly high bar for quality. They catalogue everything they can.
It's one of
So
those. Okay, right.
They're not like, this is way better than off menu. We'll have this. There's no judgment.
The email did say, I went to listen to your website on Google. Come on. So anyway, back to the Holcomb Bible. It is split up into 4 chapters. Boom. 1, Genesis. The good bits.
That's
the
a
creation to
classic
the
one.
flood. That's
Yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yep.
2, the genealogies of Mary and Jesus via 2 Jesse trees. And it turns out a Jesse tree is a drawing of like it's a family tree, but it's drawn as though it were a real tree with people standing on the branches of that tree.
And at the top, Jesse the Body Ventura.
Oh, yeah. Yes, I've been practicing my Macho Man impression. I didn't think it would come into play in a podcast about Teen Jesus, but looking back, I should have known. So 3 is the life of Christ, which includes the Annunciation to the Ascension. The Annunciation is when that priest said, "Stop mumbling, kid." That's my traditional Annunciation joke for the year. You're welcome. And 4 is the last things, which are the 15 signs which precede the second coming of the Last Judgment.
I should do a little plug. 4 Last Things is a really good point-and-click adventure game by Joe Richardson.
Oh, yes.
He's made 3 point-and-click adventure games, repurposing Renaissance religious art in a vaguely sort of Gilliam-esque, Python-esque way. Very, quite short, really, really funny games. Hilarious to play with friends. Death of the Reprobate, 4 Last Things, and I can't remember the name of the other one. But still, what a great plug that was. Apart from the fact that I forgot the name of the third one. Well, really, if you listen to this podcast, you're bound to find these games entertaining.
In danger of presumably doing the jokes that this guy's done, but in a worse way. Do you want a quick rundown of the 15? This is like a clickbait article. Do you want to know the 15 last things that are the sign of the apocalypse?
Yeah,
Yes.
Which one will shock us?
Doctors don't want you to know. Vicars don't want you to know these 15 signs of the apocalypse.
Hot singles in your area. Number 1 sign of the apocalypse. Ooh, there's so many hot
The
singles.
singles are too hot.
Well,
Blazingly hot.
Boom. 1, waters above mountains.
Yeah, I would notice that.
2, waters sink so low they cannot be seen anymore. 3,
I mean,
waters
they seem
return to their original
contradictory, but
position.
Oh, okay, sure.
Wait, number 3 is just normal waters. So if you slept through the first 2, you wouldn't really be aware.
Yeah, it's just standard water.
Okay. Well, that covers all the bases, doesn't it? Have you seen any water recently? Well, regardless of the height, the end of the world is coming.
The next one, number 4, is all sea animals gather on the surface of the water and bellow unintelligibly.
I mean, we've seen that. We've seen Mu Deng, the angry pygmy hippo. She's getting out there and
I haven't seen
always
this angry pygmy hippo.
What? She's always screaming and biting. I think that's a pretty good sign.
Yeah, James, the internet loves Mudang, the angry bitey pygmy hippo.
Haven't you went on
fortunately-
Twitter.com and found
I have not went on and
Mu
found
Deng,
it.
the hippo? Wow.
I haven't went that website.
Wow.
What I'm sure in a couple of years I will be at the level where it's like it's got the word pig in it, so it's coming in Christmas pig. It says pig me. It's going in. So we'll cover that in a couple of years. Right, number 5, another water one. The waters will burn from east to west. Number 6, the plants and trees filled with dew and blood.
I would have just skipped over the dew and mentioned the blood.
Yeah, it's pretty standard. Dew, you can't tell. Number 7, the earth is divided into 2 parts, like the musical Wicked or the last Harry Potter book. 8, all buildings are destroyed. We're definitely noticing this, right?
Yeah, I don't think
yeah.
anybody at this point doesn't know that the apocalypse is upon them.
And if you didn't, you'd went on Twitter and see number 9, the stones fight each other.
Okay.
Now, I'm presuming, given the date this was written, that is not referring to the Rolling Stones.
No.
This is talking about rocks fighting each other somehow. I don't know how they're fighting. They'd just be colliding.
Now, is this a case of is it a 15 out of 15 situation? Do we have to see all of them, or is it just I
think these happen, and then the next one, and then the next one.
Oh, it's okay. It's in order. All right.
Next one, number 10. Great earthquakes occur. I think I've read that wrong. Sorry. I put a comma in.
Oh, great.
It was a dot for an eye.
All those earthquakes
It was a
occurring.
dot for an eye on the line below. Great. Earthquakes occur. No, great earthquakes occur. Number 11. All mountains and valleys leveled.
So now the Earth's just a perfect geoid sphere.
Just a flat, surface. Number 12. Men come out of their hiding, but can no longer understand each other.
It's hard to work out where they were hiding, considering all the buildings were destroyed several signs ago.
And cave-wise,
No caves, everything's flat.
13, stars and constellations fall out of the sky. 14, bones of the dead come out of their graves. 15, all men die. Earth burns with water. 16.
Well, we're
Judgment
still
Day.
doing them. I don't think we even need to know what happens
Yes.
several steps after all the people have died.
Yes, but that 16 is Judgment Day.
Right.
But that's already come out because that's famously Terminator 2. So yeah, those, look out for them. Look out for them in your area.
Yeah, that's good to know.
There's another this story that I'm about to tell about Jesus. Don't worry, we have got Jesus and pig content. This also appears in Neville of Hornby's Hours, which is some sort of illustrated book that this family did to entertain their kids. Around the other time, another publication around that time is called Prick of Conscience, which is about the end of the world as well, and it's about like, come on. It's a poem about, come on guys, let's start acting rationally. So these stories were designed to appeal to kids, and they're in a comic book format. I've managed to find some illustrations of it outside of the British Library due to the cyber attack. So this is the image for the story. It's like a little, not quite a comic book. It's like the sort of thing you get when you're a kid where it's like mostly pictures, but then there's a very dense writing underneath. And this is the story. So, you sitting comfortably?
No.
Yes.
It's Christmas Pig
I've not
time.
been sitting comfortably
Okay.
for an hour.
Oh, I'm ever so
My
sorry.
legs are asleep. I think I'm going to go to stand up and I'm just going to fall over. But let's make this happen.
Okay, so what happened was Jesus wants to play with some kids. Teen Jesus wants to play with some kids, but the kids' mums, they don't want Jesus to play with their kids. So they hide their kids in an oven.
Terrible idea.
Teen Jesus comes in, all like, quiffed up hair, biker jacket, what are you preaching about? What do you got? Kind of vibe. Bad boy Jesus. He's like, oh, where are those kids? And they're like, don't know, actually. Don't know where the kids are.
His classic catchphrase of Teen Jesus, where's those kids?
Where's those kids for me to play with? And I don't know, not here. And he's like, well, what's in your oven? And the parents like, pigs.
Oh, big mistake.
And Jesus is like,
I can see where he's getting his ideas from here.
oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, really? Pigs, is it? And then he like saunters off. The parents open the oven. It's full of pigs.
What?
He's turned the kids into pigs.
Jesus,
Damn.
Teen
Naughty
Jesus.
Jesus. And there is no follow-up on that. Some illustrations of the story have got like the parents tearing their hair out. This horrible idea that their kids have been turned into pigs. There's no, he doesn't unturn them from pigs. As the story ends there.
That's slightly better than the one where he drowns them on a magic bridge, but it's not that much better. But
Or
it is
stone
more
beards.
pig-related.
In a way, it's a slightly more wholesome ending than I thought it was going to be. I thought he was going to say, "Oh, there's pigs in the oven. Well, why don't you turn the oven on?"
Yeah, I
cook
thought
those
it
pigs.
was going to be crackling pig children. I
When
thought
you
that
cook me
they
some
were going to
sweet,
turn
sweet
into
pigs.
pigs, but also get cooked. So at least the pigs are alive. Because remember, catchphrase of the season: don't eat them.
Don't eat those pigs.
Don't eat them pigs.
Yeah. And medical science is advancing all the time, and I reckon at some point they'll, be able to turn them back into children. I would imagine. So,
If those 2,000-year-old kid pigs are still with us.
And they would, because Jesus would have made them, immortal, tortured pig kids. To really,
Bad boy Jesus.
exactly, to really stick the boot into those parents. You know what I mean?
Mm.
Sorry, 2,000 years of suffering in immortal pig kid form. Sorry, you should have let me play with your kids. A normal thing for a man to do, a teen man. Very normal.
I think we can assume that they were the same age as him, and that was a very large oven.
And so that is Christmas Pig story.
And so
Merry
the Christmas
Pig,
pigs that didn't die.
I do have to add a depressing caveat on this story.
You don't have to.
I
choosing
feel
to.
I do just for like full disclosure. I did do a little bit of research, and medieval times, people in Britain were really horrible to Jewish people, and this story kind of got rolled into some anti-Semitic stuff. I presume the story was just made as an innocent story of Jesus turning some kids into pigs, but people started bandying it about for anti-Semitic reasons. What's nice is that nowadays our natural take on it is Jesus needs to chill out, basically. But in in those days, people would have been very bad and wrong about it. So just saying, for any listeners who's hearing it and going, I'm anti-Semitic, I'm not. That's it. The end.
That was going really, really well until the end there, James.
That's it. The end.
Yeah. Yeah, I do think you lost a little bit of confidence towards the end, but no, fair enough. Yeah, we do have to include that caveat.
And that's actually a great tactic for receiving any form of criticism. In the world, like, you may think that I burgled your house, but actually the end. So, case closed.
I did in the end.
Yeah. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, Pig. So, Maso, thank you very much, Christmas Pig. Christmas Pig celebrating
to you, Maso.
Thank you so much.
And from the Weekly Planet podcast, where can people find you on that internet that they have?
Yeah, just go to any.
What website can they went to?
They can went to the website, perhaps Spotify.com, if that is in fact is a website, or any of your podcast platforms, and you can find the Weekly Planet, or you can you can went to the website YouTube.com and search for Mr. Sunday Movies. If actually we have a myself and my friend James, we do a podcast, and on the Mr. Sunday Movies channel, I believe we have a commentary for the movie Jingle All the Way. If you're looking for more Christmas content,
very festive.
So that is a very festive Christmas classic. There you go.
But do type "please" into Google before you put any of those other words.
It's important. When the AI uprising comes, they'll remember who was nice to them and who was mean.
Absolutely.
If you're out there going, you'd better show me Mr. Sunday Movies channel, you're first in line. Yeah, big trouble.